Redstone. My name is Jacoman and welcome back to another Redstone video. And coming over here, here's my Discord server, which is in the description. Definitely go check that out, and you guys can suggest ideas down there. And then up here is my Twitch account, my Twitter account, and my YouTube account. Also, speaking of YouTube, you guys are crazy. We have 97 subscribers. That is insane. You guys are awesome. And just a... Wait, what? Hold on, where are all the ideas? No, that's not right. That is the weirdest. Okay. I need to fill that back up real quick. Well, that was definitely very strange, but I have filled it back up now, and so we can go ahead and toss this idea in. Once we do that, we can get our new idea out in just a moment here. Ooh, a transforming room. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is actually going to be really fun. So basically, we're going to have a room. We're going to make something that will transform that room into a completely different room that you weren't expecting in whatsoever, which is going to be super exciting. We're going to change out the walls, the floor, the ceiling. Very interesting project, but I'm really excited about it. Let's just do this already. Yeet. Beautiful. And on to the new world. Well, that was disappointing. But I think what's obvious is that we first have to start out with building at least the first room, and I think this should be a good height, although usually I'm wrong, so let's go a little bit higher. There we go. I think this is how far we're going to start off the ground, and lol, that's hilarious. But let's go ahead and actually build at least the floor of this thing. We can actually start working on the rest later. I'd say we should make it at least let's say a 5x5. That feels right. Yeah, let's do a 5x5 room. But now I have built up the inside of the room, and I think we're just gonna go for a simplistic look for now. We can work on details later, but the first thing I want to do, we'll probably have to change the door type here, but the first thing I want to do is actually be able to move the walls and move them around to other places, and then we can work on how we're going to get furniture in here and get that to move around to different places. And I think we'll actually just change our door to make it look like it's going to be 2 trapdoors, but it's just going to be always open, I suppose, and that'll just be how it works, I guess. But let's go ahead and start working on the outside design. So I actually think I want these 2 corners to be made out of logs, which means we'll have to have something here. We're just going to work on moving the back wall for now, and then we can work on how we're going to move the side walls after we do that. Now let's go ahead and get some pistons in here. So if we do this setup here, then we should... Ooh, this is way too many, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we'll have to fire these first, and then these. And that completely just changed that entire wall. So that's interesting. I don't know if I like that. Okay, well, oh well. Let's go ahead and put in these next pistons up here. So it's also going to be kind of the same procedure as the last one. And see, then we're stuck. Then we'll need to do something like this. Oh no, see, then we're... Oh man, this is hard. We might have to go for a smaller room, which I've now done. It's only 3 blocks wide now, so that allows us to make this wall smaller. Oh, I don't even know if I like that though. Okay, well, we'll have to see when that comes. But, so there we go. Our wall is so much smaller now, and we'll actually have to change up this entire section back here. Now, we should just be able to move this actually really easily, because this is all under the push limit, right? So if we... Oh yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah, nice. Okay, so now we have these all hooked up. Okay. Haha, yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, okay, admittedly I did forget about that. But I know exactly how to fix it, it's fine. And so by adding just a couple target blocks and by dropping the redstone by just 1 block, we should find that this whole thing is now working. Oh man, the worst part about getting this wrong is that I know exactly why it's wrong, but I only figure it out after it's wrong. It's not hard, I'm just not doing it right. And as you can see over here, I've added the wall and some more pistons, so now if we activate all of this, then we should see this whole wall gets moved out of the way, right? Oh yeah, that was beautiful and fast at the same time. I love it. And I have now mirrored all of this redstone onto both sides of the thing. So now both of these redstone things work in sync along with a temporary activator. So as you can see, when we flip this lever, the walls shift upwards surprisingly fast. That's awesome. And then when we flip this lever, oopsies, then they shift back down. And it's really hard to see just because I'm moving down and they're moving down at the same time. But trust me, once we have a button, they're going to look really, really cool. And I actually found some powering issues when I was trying to work on replacing the ceiling, so I actually managed to compact the upper section here, which is just amazing. And honestly, I think I'll probably do the same thing for down here, because this is definitely compactable. And you know, I just realized that these are the walls, and they're going up and down, right? Well, this is also a wall, and this can go up and down as well, which actually compact things. It would compact things, because then what we'd be doing is we could just be adding pistons right along these, and then that would work for this. Well, that's simple. Okay. It would be we'd have to switch up some things down here though. Yeah, because then what we could do is we could actually just have a different set of, or a different wire around here, and that would power all of that. But yeah, we could technically do this. Okay, wow, let's do it then. All right, so this whole thing is working now. We've completely redesigned it and took all of this stuff in the back away and just added some pistons underneath, which I thought was absolutely genius. Oh, I can't believe I thought of that. Anyways, so if we break this block here, you can see it's kind of hard to see just because, you know, it's a little bit lower down. We will fix that later, don't worry. But as you can see, now all of this is been turned from the nice, sleek, modern look to the rustic, wooden look. And so that's kind of nice. And then if we come up here and put a block here, then everything switches back just like that. Now, the next thing we need to work on is actually changing the roof and the floor. The roof will have to change before the top section actually does anything, and then the floor will have to change after the top section, which will be interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and get started on the roof. I can already see some problems arising, but let's not worry about that for now. Let's just go ahead and do this quick. Wait, okay, I found a huge flaw in this thing. Okay, so the problem is, when these pistons push up, they're not actually going to leave room for any pistons to push sideways to move the floor, which means we have to expand this down. These have to be 5 pistons, and there has to be glass above and below the wood blocks, and that means we also need to twist up this part, but it's not worth destroying, so we're just going to start again. And now we have rebuilt the simple little shape, but we now have put glass in the corners. So let's go ahead and get the other materials that we'll need to make the floors and the walls and such. But we also need to remember to put glass on top of this, so that nothing changes when we push it into place. Now, this actually might be going over the piston push limit. In fact, it probably most definitely will be. Oh, there's no way this won't go over it. Oh, wait a second. Because I had 5 pistons there, but we only needed 4. Oh, so we can actually go and not break the piston push limit. That is... Yes! Oh, that is amazing. Okay. And then we still have glass here, so we can actually move the floor and such. Okay, that's great. Let's go ahead and put the rest of the pistons in place and then actually get the redstone and do a full test. All our pistons are now in place, and we can go ahead and start putting the actual redstone itself in place. And since there are 4 pistons, we're going to need 4 rows of this redstone, which fits in perfectly with the build. That is amazing. Oh yeah, okay, great. We are now putting in the redstone. So here we have our regular room, and if we come up here and update this observer, then as you can see, well, oh man, it's still hard to see just because I'm flying down and the activation is a little ways away, but as you can see, the walls have been completely changed into these oak, and then by just breaking this block, we can change them back into the regular stone that they were. So now we can actually get working on replacing the roof and the floor, and I'm trying to determine whether or not I should do that before or after I change the walls. But in the meantime, I have actually been building up the redstone lines for each of these, and so now we are almost done with the pulsing here. I just have to get the timing in, and there we go. Okay, so now we have the whole floor changing section done, and then the roof changing section will actually look exactly the same. So that's not really something I'm worrying too much about. And as we can see, if we just put this in here and slip this in, there we go. We have a new floor. And if we activate this, we have different walls. Oh, this thing is coming together. And then as you can see, I wanted to put the glass in the corner so that we could activate it from any direction. So as you can see, we can activate the floor and then the walls if we wanted to, or we could activate the walls and then the floor if we wanted to. It doesn't really matter because we have those glass blocks in the corner now. But as you can see, this is all working, and it's all working beautifully too. And now we have the entire thing working. So there is the floor and the roof all put in place, and then here are all the walls put in place, and just like that, we have actually just transformed our room. Just like that. I mean, that was the whole thing. That's the whole room. The only thing extra that we can do now is actually putting any form of furniture that we want to. Although that's a little bit harder to do now that I look at it. Oh boy. Because the only way we could do that now, we'd only be able to put furniture in certain parts of the room. For example, we'd only be able to fit it in this section, so like this middle part of the floor. So potentially we could put some sort of crafting table right here, which could look nice, I guess. And then also in the walls, we can only put things in the back walls, and then also along these top 2 blocks of the walls. So those are really the only places we can actually put any form of furniture in, but I'm sure we could do something with it. But furniture aside, I do believe I've now actually hooked up all the redstone. So everything should work when I flip this lever. I have made a backup so we don't have to worry about that. But I mean, yeah, that totally worked. My only problem with that... Oh, wait. This thing should go back in the same order, right? No. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That actually totally makes sense. Okay, I know what I did wrong there. Hold on, let me fix this quick. Okay, I think I did it this time. That changes to that. We can obviously decrease the timing if we need to, which we obviously do. But now what I'm curious about is how the rest of this is going to work when I flip this lever again. Oh, that actually worked beautifully. Okay then. So now this whole thing is completely transforming, which is awesome. I love that. Okay, we can actually get rid of some of this timing up here. So let's just get rid of a tick to start. You guys don't need to see any of this. Okay, so I'm just going to slowly decrease the time until I accidentally destroy it. And then I'll know exactly the amount of time I'll need. I think I have reached the max for how short, or the minimum, I guess, of how many pulses I can actually fit into this thing. So as you can see, this thing is actually working surprisingly fast now. Look at that. Oh, it does that in a matter of seconds. Honestly, probably around 3 or 4 seconds I think it did that in. But as you can see, it can transform both ways. Just like that, it does it beautifully fast. And now what we can do is we can actually start working on our furniture. I think it would actually be best if we used these pulses here to actually put in the furniture. Oh wait, no. No, we'll have to use pulses from the top because those are actually... The pulses from the top are actually the ones that go last. And we want it to happen last because the furniture should be the last thing that actually happens in that room. Yeah, okay, so we'll have to get pulses from these top and bottom pieces, and then we'll use those to actually get the furniture into the room. So if we hook this up correctly, this table here, that right there, should disappear into the wall before the walls actually move. Yes, that was awesome. But also, all of these books here and then all of these things here will be popping out of the walls as well. And then we will also have a crafting table pop out from the ground from right here. But for now, I'm not worrying about that at the moment. I'm just worrying about the walls. If I flip this lever, we should see all of these blocks being retracted into the walls and then the walls shifted away. And then potentially have all of the blocks also be pushed back in. Hopefully, maybe, we'll see. So if we hit this lever... Yes, I saw those blocks get retracted. That was beautiful. But this did not go again, which is rather sad. And the problem with that is that they will get pushed back out if I don't do anything about it. Which I do plan on doing stuff about it. Hopefully, that is the correct design. If we hit this lever... Well, okay, they're mostly sucked back in. This was not... Wait, what? Oh, no, wait, did that ruin, like, a lot? Okay, it didn't ruin that much. Why did that not work? Alright, I had incredible news. I don't know what happened down there, but we have now fixed everything, and we also added a longer pulse in the back there so that it actually pushes everything back out the second time. So as you can see, when we flip this lever, pulls it in, and then pushes it out again just like that, which is absolutely awesome. And now what we can do... Oh, wait, no. So first, before we do anything else, we actually need to work out how we're going to get that pulse that we were using before to actually come down here and get a piston that will be located right there, I believe. Yes, right there, to actually push up and pull down its blocks. Because without that... but how are we going to do that easily? There's no really good way to do that, is there? Okay, I think we're just not going to... I think we could probably leave it like this and still have it be cool. But what I will do is, because every room needs a crafting table, and so I think what I will do is I will put the crafting table here instead of the cartography table, because that still looks pretty good. And now, okay, so now we got to work out what furniture is going to go in those places, in the same places that we just worked on. So I think it's obvious. So here we have our regular room, and if we flip this lever here, then everything gets subtracted, and we have our pile of diamonds, which is looking absolutely awesome. Although I really, it's just not the same without that extra block there. But if we do find some way to actually power something down there to push that up, it would work awesomely. But I can't figure out how to do it. I can't. It's all too compact, man. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be very weird to be able to do something like that. I'll see what I can do and then get back to you guys in a second. Actually, if we just had a slime pillar here and then surrounded that with terracotta so that nothing slid, we could put an observer at the top here, and then we could actually just power that when all of these power, and then this would actually do its function. So now all we need to do is actually just get this pulse down all the way to here, and then we're good to go. That would be the whole thing, I think. Except that's completely wrong logic, because the floor is moving when that happens. The reason why it's so hard to do something from right here is not because it's hard to get a pulse down there, but it's because the floor is moving, which means I actually had time to push things and pull things in and out of the walls before the walls themselves started moving. But as soon as I flip this lever, the floors are going to start moving, which is why it's so hard to do furniture. So what if we made it so that as soon as that turned off or on, this tick would be sent to this. Well, hold on. Would be sent to this piston right here. No, because that still doesn't. It still kind of doesn't work, because then it would only go once. Oh my word, this is hard. We could send another tick down and then back up again. That actually could work. Okay, let's actually try that. Let's actually try that, see where that takes us, and then we'll see what happens from there. I have now successfully completed it. So as you can see, we do have this crafting table here in the middle, and now if we click this lever here, it drops down, and then our diamonds replace it in this beautiful vault. Oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. Oh, it's so cool. I love it so much. So it's just like an old storage room type thing, and you don't really suspect nothing, but then you flip the lever. And of course we could probably have a different activation for this. I just thought lever would be best just for the video, but let's see, if we just cover everything up so we're not actually seeing anything, and now we flip the lever. Oh, that looks so cool. I love it so much. The only thing that's kind of distracting is the glass flying past and giving a bunch of light to the room, which is a little bit annoying, but whatever. So, this is so much fun to watch, dude. I am so proud of this creation. This is beautiful. I love this so much. Anyways, this has been quite the adventure. Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. But anyways, that is all I have time for today, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like down below. And if you really enjoyed it, then please consider subscribing, because it really would help out a lot. And we're almost to 100 subscribers. So if you could subscribe, that would be awesome. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.